Brad Lawler of Home Team. Zachary has an interesting question. In this email he sent me, he's wondering if there are any potential problems during the home inspection. He has scheduled next week because of electrical overload or holes holding up holiday lighting. So he basically wonders, do inspectors check to make sure that the holiday lighting receptacles are wired correctly or properly grounded, or holes are left by holiday lights that are up right now?
All right. Well, that's a good question. As far as the holes go, let's start there first.
Yeah.
So if holiday lights are in place when we inspect a house, we're not looking to see how those lights are routed. Now, if we happen to notice that there's a hole in the siding, say, and it's obvious, we'll point that out as a defect because we want to make sure we don't get any water, inside walls. But how the lights are hung, we're not gonna comment on that. We don't do any sort of comments on the adequacy of, say, outdoor receptacles to be able to light a house. I mean, that would be outside the scope of a home inspection. We would be looking for I'm just thinking through here as far as GFCIs. I mean, sometimes we're going to test those anyway. So any of the outlets that we have access to, we're going to be able to test, but it wouldn't necessarily be something that's specific to holiday lights. Sometimes we're asked questions like, people will say, hey, is this circuit going to be big enough to put in, say, an air conditioner, a window air conditioning unit in a shed, for instance? That's somewhat common question. People want to run an extension cord. That's a question for the electrician. The home inspector is going to look to see whether the wiring size on that outlet is matching up with the rating on the circuit breaker in the panel. So that's really what the scope of the home inspection is going to be. Make sure those things match up, not what it might be able to do for future loads. That would be a question for the electrician.